Subscribe now. EU Debates.
Today's debate allows us to take stock of Turkey-EU bilateral relations. Many of the concerns expressed by the European Parliament concur with our own findings and the position taken by the European Council. It confirms a worrying trend. Turkey has continued to move away from the EU. This is why accession negotiations with Turkey remain at a standstill. As you know, rule of law and fundamental rights in Turkey remain a key concern. The targeting of political parties, human rights defenders and media represents major setbacks for human rights and runs counter to Turkey's obligations to respect democracy, rule of law and women's rights. Dialogue on such issues remains an integral part of the EU-Turkey relationship. The Commission remains worried about the overall situation of the judiciary, the rule of law and the respect for fundamental rights in Turkey. Turkey's refusal to implement the rulings of the European Court of Human Rights is particularly troubling. I know that this House has condemned the Osman Kavala case. The Commission will also keep consistently bringing up the case of Mr. Kavala with the Turkish interlocutors at all levels. We will equally keep supporting civil society, human rights and democracy. We will continue to channel our substantial assistance via civil society organisations in line with the long-standing request of the European Parliament. More specifically, under IPA 3, we have around €67 million for 2021 to 2023 and around €12 million under the NDICI Global Europe Programme on human rights and democracy for the period between 2021 and 2024. Turkey remains a key partner for the EU in areas of common interest. It is positive that tensions with Turkey have decreased over the past months as Turkey's provocative actions in the East Mediterranean receded in 2021. In this context, the Commission has started implementing the positive agenda put forward by the EU leaders, and this allowed us to step up high-level dialogue in areas which are clear priority for the EU. We need to address topics of common challenges, such as the green transition, energy and post-COVID recovery. We have recently launched a new instrument, the Turkish Investment Platform, that opens the door, the European Fund for Sustainable Development Plus, to Turkey, similarly to all other IPA 3 and NDICI countries. It will leverage funding to Turkish businesses and private sector to address the challenges of the twin digital green transition and provide access to finance for SMEs, including in the fields of connectivity, decarbonisation, energy, public transport, urban development or human capital. This will ensure that we can provide EU guarantees to investments made in Turkey and supported by our partner finance institutions. Further, we continue our programming discussions on the €3 billion in additional refugee assistance with the Turkish side. Following the mandate of the European Council of June last year, we focus on the continuation of key projects started under the Facility for Refugees in Turkey. You will recall that last year we agreed on the continuation of key support in the areas of education, basic needs and border management, and our current discussions build on this. Now we are discussing additional basic needs support, protection, social-economic support with a view to ensure uninterrupted support to close to 2 million people. An additional element we will work on is support to secure Turkey's eastern border to prevent irregular migration in line with our key policy principles. As all the additional funding will be channeled through the EU budget, we are committed to ensure the same level of transparency as for other projects and programmes. In addition, we will continue to invite representatives of this House to the steering committee of the Facility for Refugees. The biggest challenge with Turkey remains the lack of prospect for a solution to the Cyprus issue. We need Turkey to stop its provocative actions in Varosha and exert its influence so that the Northern Cypriot community engages in the UN-led settlement negotiations. I would like to thank the European Parliament for having granted additional funds to the EU aid programme for Turkish Cypriot community this year and in previous years. This year's €1 million will be allocated to confidence-building measures between the two communities in Cyprus in the form of supporting the work of bi-communal committees on cultural heritage and on missing persons. Finally, regarding the war in Ukraine, Turkey's ongoing active diplomacy and solidarity with Ukraine is essential, including the efforts to achieve a ceasefire. We welcome Turkey playing a constructive role for the de-escalation of the conflict, while also recognizing the impact of the war on trade, tourism and the economy at large. At the same time, we continue to encourage Turkey taking an even more decisive stance on aligning more with the EU positions. We expect extra vigilance from Turkey when it comes to the prevention of the circumvention of sanctions. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to this debate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner.